Hello friends, I am redoing this little quick lesson on I Fall in Love Too Easily because the audio and video last night were absolutely abysmal, even if the content was alright. And also I thought I'd waffle a little bit less. So I'm going to play it through and then just share some of these arrangement ideas with you. And with this arrangement, it's very much like a loose arrangement, like I wouldn't necessarily play it the same each time. Although that said, for the purposes of this lesson, I have slightly kind of formalised it. Right, anyway, so that was a lot of waffle. This is waffle. Enough of the waffle. Something like that. Seagulls right on cue. Lovely. Thank you, guys. So let's just get playing it, and then, like I said, afterwards maybe I'll talk about kind of what I'm doing when I'm putting one of these things together and the sort of process that I have. But anyway, so here we could just go for our stock. Nothing wrong with that at all, but it maybe is a little bit boring. So I was thinking a C on the top, an F minor 6 sort of sound, or a Dorian sound. It's the 2 chord. I like this. Which to play, you may know like this C minor 9. If you stick an A flat at the bottom, we've got kind of an A flat Lydian sound, which is then harmonic to our 2 chord, the F minor chord. So like that. And I quite like it because it's got this lovely cluster at the bottom. And then the next melody note being a B, I'm going to play that as a harmonic because I like to play harmonics where I possibly can. And I'm going to leave that ringing with the C like that. So, and here how we articulate this is important. We could just go, but we could kind of, I'll leave that up to you obviously, or just arpeggiate. And then here, B flat sus, B flat 7 sus. And then we want a bit of crunch, right? We don't just want to go. So how about an E triad over B flat? Like that. Let me just play that in context. And then here normally we'd go E flat major, right? Something like that. Here I want to actually go to A flat major. I just like this. I just like that little cadence there. So I did a 2/5 into A flat instead of just sitting on an E flat major 7. I made it E flat major 7. I made it E flat 7, right? So. And then here, just a standard drop 2 voicing for an A flat major 7, but then I want to hear kind of bling bong, something very left-hand piano-y just to really kind of solidify the harmony at that point. So I'm going to go just a very basic A flat triad, but let's stick the open D string in there as well, like that, which sounds a bit weird on its own, but I think in context. That's kind of cool, something different. And then that's just your D7 sharp 9 with an A flat at the bottom and an A flat at the top. And I'm going to do the same movement here to get to C minor. So G7 sus, D minor over G, doesn't matter, same thing. So, and then a D flat or C sharp major chord, literally just the triad. And then we could just go like that. I just really like this voicing. If I have the third on the top, and a minor chord, third, second, seventh. Oh yeah. I probably use that a bit too much. And we could go C minor at that point, but I quite like the idea again of just playing a chord that we don't quite expect, but not something completely bonkers, just still something that's kind of enharmonically correct to the key. And all I'm thinking at that moment is there's a C minor. If C minor is a 2, what would the 5 be? F7. So in context, this sounds quite nice. Sort of is that an interrupted cadence? Let's say it's that. So we're going to hit this one, and then an F triad. From there, you could go down to C minor. You could also go to C major, I suppose. Right, let's go from the start. And then we're going to go. Let's do that. I don't think I did that before, but I want to now. So if we take our normal D minor 7 flat 5 voicing that we know and love, take your third finger off, and then so there we've got like a D minor 7 flat 5, but with a natural 11th, and then our melody note is going. We can use the E natural, so D minor 11 natural 9 flat 5 like that, and then G7 augmented, and then this is a sound that I probably overuse. I really like it. Just as a little passing moment of whoa there, Tiger. That's a B major 7 sharp 9. Lovely, lovely, lovely sound. So you could also do it as a major 6 sharp 9, which might be better actually. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's stronger. And that's just acting as a G7, right? And then here I think I did this. So that's just contrary motion, okay? So just going down. There's our lower voice, and the top one's just playing the melody. And here I'm thinking B flat minor, because we're going from C minor to A minor of some kind. Some people play minor 7. I'm going to do minor 7 flat 5. Let's go back a bit. Might play the E flat 7 there, why not? Sorry. Yeah. Lovely chord here. Again, I think I'm taking a bit of a liberty with the actual melody there, but I'm going D7, sharp 5, natural 9, right? Lovely, lovely old-fashioned chord. I always think of I love you for sentimental reasons. One of those. It's in body and soul. And it's not an altered chord. It doesn't come from the altered scale. It's not a diminished scale chord. This is the two ways of thinking about it, other than just that. It's either D7 as a whole tone, or it's the fifth mode of the melodic minor, of G melodic minor in this case. Like that. So in context, it's just a lovely old-fashioned sound that I think kind of, I don't know, I didn't hear it too much. And then here we're going to go G7. Some people like to just sit on a D minor, G7. Some people go G major. I quite like G7 sus at that moment. So I'm going to think, and when I think G7 sus, really what I'm thinking is D minor, some sort of D minor sound over G. So I'm probably going to go, I don't think I did this, but again, now I'm thinking about it. I wish I had. Something like that, or you could play one of them, or any kind of, actually back to the quartal stuff. Oh yes, and then this, harmonics. For an A minor 7 flat 5 with a natural 9, and there's an 11th in there as well, right? You probably notice I'm not really all that fussed about giving exact chord, sort of like chord symbol for every single voicing. I'm more thinking, right, okay, at that moment it's in that particular key, it's in that overall harmonic. It's always like that key signature, that key center at that moment. So here, these are my A minor 7 natural 9 sounds. So this all comes from C melodic minor. And then it just happens to be A minor 7, 11, natural 9. You know what I mean? Anyway, on this D7, let's just go D7 flat 9. Now at that moment, if you wanted to, you could just do a quick minor 30 thing, because that's also a diminished scale, if you wanted. Then play that however you want. And then this is kind of nice. If we go, we can play the same voicing at the start. And then here we can just go B flat 7. But again, let's make that more interesting. It's not about it being interesting, it's about it being colourful, I think. It's about it being, can we find a more beautiful way of expressing, of helping the melody, as opposed to just, can we find a clever way? But the two things can be related, of course. Beauty can be clever. Anyway, so what I was thinking here, let's do one of them. So that's, looks like an E flat minor 11 over E. So really it's like an E Lydian sort of sound. It's got the triad on the top. And then let's go to D flat 13 sharp 11. C7, that's kind of nice. And then I think I did that. So there, I'm just going, right, super common cliche, with the melody on top. And I think at this point I will say, like, hopefully all the way through you've heard that my melody note is, hopefully it should be sticking out a little bit more than the chords. I always find it a bit boring when I hear someone just kind of playing them all as block chords. I want to have my melody note just ping a little bit louder. It's nothing, there's no sort of magic to this. It's just play your melody notes just a little bit louder. I overdid it there, but you see what I mean? I'm going like that. I'm not classically trained or anything. I play a bit of classical guitar nowadays, but it's something I've definitely worked on. Is it's usually my third finger. So that's just F minor, G minor, A flat, A diminished, B flat 7 sus, and then I think I went to chord 6 again, quick, diminished, B diminished, C minor, and then some kind of C fill, C minor fill. Thank you, Joe Pass, and then And let's go B flat 13 flat 9, because that supports the melody. And then, oh, I did this, didn't I? As much as anything, because I'm still trying to get that ending under my fingers. That's just E triad, E flat triad, E, E flat. And you can practice that all over the neck. Or something like that. Okay, so look, that's a lot of waffle. But less waffle than yesterday, and hopefully it's waffle in glorious high resolution audio. Let me play that all the way through, and then I just want to talk about a couple of things to do with this. Oh, one thing. Intros, you have two choices. If you're just playing solo, it's up to you what you do. You could either say, right, I'm going to give myself an 8-bar intro. And of course that might be also particularly valid if you're accompanying a singer or playing with someone else. It needs to be kind of clear. But also you could just say, right, I'm just going to put my fingers down on the guitar and see if I can worm my way in to playing the tune. So maybe I'll just do that as a sort of a performance of this. Something like that. So there it is. Enjoy playing those chords. There's a lot to remember there, and I've deliberately not written out this or tabbed it out or anything. Just to get you to use your ears, damn it. So just before I finish off, I just want to talk about sort of the process of how one gets to that. First thing first, this is super important. Know the tune. Know it really well. I've had students over the years kind of want to be able to do this, so essentially just put an arrangement together. And I'd like to think I can kind of do these things now sort of on the fly, like I could just pick up a real book, look at a tune and put together a pretty convincing arrangement, almost in real time, I would say, unless it's something really weird. And that's just come through a lot of practice. But anyway, I've had a lot of students over the years want to be able to do that, but not know how the tune actually goes. So they want to be able to play kind of quite a complicated chord melody arrangement or solo guitar arrangement or whatever, but without actually really being able to get through just playing the tune. It's going to be impossible. Like, you're not going to be able to get through it without knowing how the melody goes. And also how the changes go. So you need to be able to play through the tune, you need to be able to play through the chords to the point where the whole thing is internalized, so you're not even thinking about it anymore. And I would start off by just listening to a bunch of versions. So this song, glorious song, I would listen to. I mean, the three versions that jump to my head when I think about this tune are Miles Davis's, of course, Chet Baker vocally, and Keith Jarrett. Like, have a listen to those three versions, three very different versions, and really just try to internalize it. Not just the how the tune goes, but just the arc of it. Where's the peak? Where does it sort of, is it kind of going along and then sort of goes up and then comes back down in terms of maybe harmony, in terms of note density, in terms of intensity? Where does the couple of sort of key harmonic moments happen? And so this can be when you're actually listening to it. Like, you could do some active, real-time listening and analysis. Then grab your real book if you want to, and try and get through it. And so just ask questions like, if I've got a melody note that's a C on the top and my chord's F minor, okay, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know this. Try to be creative, try to come up with some other ideas. Don't just necessarily go to the straight same voicings that you always play. And you don't have to, actually there was quite a lot going on in that little playthrough there. You don't necessarily have to be as dense as that, as harmonically dense as that. You just throw in a couple of those things, perhaps. You could get like this. I'm just thinking about the end, maybe. But that suddenly, out of nowhere kind of sounds really cool. So maybe sometimes there's a little bit too much going on in some of these things. So have a listen to a bunch of different versions. Really know the tune. I don't know the lyrics. I think I've just listened to this one enough. But sometimes just by listening to a tune enough, the lyrics start to really kind of bed in as much as anything. And it can't hurt, can it? It would hurt if I sang them live on a gig, of course. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, I think. There's a lot to talk about with these tunes. But anyway, I hope that you get something from this lesson, even if it's just nicking a chord voicing. And hope you're all keeping well at this crazy time. My lockdown beard. I've said to myself that I'm not going to shave until I've had the vaccine. Which may be a while yet. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Alright, enough wittering. Hope to see you guys soon. Missing playing live a lot. But this will have to do for now. Alright, ta-ra.